things you can find on the internet never cease to amaze me. I think that's the best way to describe how the band formed. Like, we'd all kind of been doing music for a while separately in different spheres of reality.
In the astral plane. No.
Yeah, in just kind of, yeah. And then we kind of all collided due to Join My Band and ads and a shared love of music, such as the Pixies. Yeah, we're named after a Frank Black solo track that has one of the coolest music videos you'll ever see, which is directed by Adam and Joe of the Adam and Joe Show fame, and we were just like, yeah, that's the name. I think we kind of settled on Lowbrow as a genre of music because it's kind of a bit of everything. It tries to kind of, we don't want to rigidly stick to anything, we kind of want to do our own thing, and Lowbrow lets us do that because it's not highbrow, it's not lowbrow, it's a bit of everything. You've got like literary references and musical references, and just kind of, it is just kind of an immersion of what we like in something new.
But it's kind of a bit about what I get from it is that it's not entirely, it's kind of more egalitarian, everything's kind of equal, because you said there's literary reference, but there's like pop culture references and everything else, like there's nothing's off limits, I think.
Yeah. It's like we'll go from reading like Ulysses to reading the Beano. Yeah, yes. It's gonna be very good. It's gonna be very good. Sweetheart Contract is supporting, the main support. They're like fucking amazing, like really, really good band. And then we've got the Elizabeths who are playing their first ever, I think it's gonna be their first ever show, who are just like this kind of, James is like a crazy mad genius who makes this weird pop music. And then we've got Ides Avenue, which is a guy I know called Kieran who plays really kind of sweet and tender, intricate folk songs that are very sort of, when you get folk music, you can get some really terrible folk music, but like Kieran like knows his stuff, and it's really good, and it's really well written, and it's really well played. It varies. Like, I think a lot of them were quite challenging because a lot of the time when we were recording, we were literally we'd write the song 2 days before we recorded it, because we would just hit a hot streak. So
each song had a different problem for each player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on like Lilith, the guitar parts were kind of like, I was just sitting there like wanting to smash everything I ever owned because I couldn't get the guitar part down. And then on Hot Fuzz, it was just, we spent
double the length of
time that we spent recording, mixing, because we just listened back to it and we couldn't get the sound we wanted. So that overall Hot Fuzz was probably the most difficult because that was just the most time consuming.
Wrote it there and then.
Yeah. I don't know if I could say anyone that, I couldn't pick it out. Like, I couldn't sit down and be like, this influenced us, this influenced us, this influenced us, because it all kind of happens subconsciously. Like, we just kind of listen to what we like, and then I'll start playing guitar part, and that'll bring the lyric out, and then I'll be trying to say something. So I don't think there's anything specific I can mention.
I'd say every song kind of has a different kind of influence because of what we're listening to at the time, and then we might forget what it was, but we start playing like that, if you kind of know what I mean.
Yeah, it's kind of like you absorb what you listen to, and what we listen to changes a lot, and that's why our sound kind of fluctuates. Oh,
I like the Fox and Firkin.
Fox and Firkin,
definitely.
Fox and Firkin. I think we can all agree on that.
They serve pizza.
They serve pizza, hooch, and Monster Munch. It's literally the most 90s place on earth, but in a really cool, unpretentious way.
And I had the most wobbly drum riser ever.
And we got paid.
The kit barely fit on that stage.
Yeah.
That's my first ever gig, I think, with you.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. It was set the bar quite high, I think.
Literally.
Glastonbury? Is that just me?
I don't know, Glastonbury would be cool. Like, Reading for the lols, because I think, have we all been to Reading a couple of times?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of us have been to Reading a couple of times. So that'd be kind of fun for the lols to be like, we're not in a field.
Does Ziggit Festival still exist? Those kind of massive, scary ones in kind of Eastern Europe, which are just huge, and that
I don't know.
those seem really exciting because there was a bit kind of.
Can we do one of those festival cruises?
If we could go on if Weezer did another Weezer cruise, call us. Like, we'll drop whatever we're doing to play on a cruise ship with Weezer. That would
Because they will be calling.
Because they will be calling. They've got. I gave Rivers my number that time. Yeah, no, anywhere but V.
What about anywhere but kind of download as well?
No, download.
I'd play download for the
Download
lols.
is-
I don't think we'd fit in there.
Oh no, we'd
We'd
run entire new set.
we'd totally get bottled off stage, but it would be the
What about
best night of
Channel
our
4
lives.
one? The one
Oh,
on the beach.
T4 on the beach.
T4 on the
Oh no,
beach.
Washington
No.
T4 is the worst place
That's
on
the one
earth.
that
So
we're not doing.
no.
No,
No example.
And
That's
that's mine.
it's like V Fest but mine.
T4 presents.